Hi, my name is Vinette, and today we will talk about a critical issue about ethics. According to Henry Jenkins, there are three core problems for new media learning. The first is participation gap, which is not addressing the fact that there are different resources availability with different students, which can be out of their control. The second is transparency problem. It is assuming that children are reflecting on their own social media usage, which means they are learning, when in fact they are not. And lastly, the ethics challenge. It assumes children can develop the ethical norms for a social environment online on their own. Now let's dig deeper into each issue. The participation gap. Some cities in the USA are providing wireless internet for their students free of charge in order to minimize the participation gap. For instance, Philadelphia will allow low-income families to be fully connected online. And Gloria Gard of Philadelphia's Emergency People's Shelter stated, "We thought it was really important to get computer skills and connection to the internet into as many homes as possible." Unfortunately, researchers have realized that there is an even bigger problem. Nowadays, it is not as much as access to technology, but how good and updated the device and internet access will be. An outdated machine and slow internet will be less beneficial as opposed to someone who can afford better technology. However, it still does not negate the fact that children who has access to computer at home are likely to show more excitement and expertise during class in regards to computer usage. As for the transparency problem, even though teenagers use social media a lot, they are still limited in their ability to analyze what they consume properly. This problem can be identified in students when a teacher implemented playing Civilization 3 in class. Students were not able to translate how this game constructed history. Furthermore, adolescents are having a hard time distinguishing commercial from non-commercial content online. In the same realm, they have a hard time identifying advertisement practices from different companies. Now, regarding the ethics challenge, the people who participate online have no idea how public their posts are and who it can reach and what type of consequences can happen. At the same time, adults are having a hard time supervising their children from the internet, because some things are above their capability to understand technology in a reasonable time manner. As for what I think these are all valid problems when it comes to implementing new media into student learning. However, it is still better for new media to be implemented. A reason for this is we are able to solve problems along the way. As mentioned before, we had an access to technology issue, then slowly but surely access to technology begins to increase because having a smart device is now the norm. Then we have a new problem that arises, which is the quality of technology. Eventually, decent quality will also be the norm. This is all part of history. We solve one problem, then a new one arrives, then this phenomenon just repeats itself until optimal performance is reached. And no other improvements can take place. Therefore, these three issues should not hinder schools from modifying their traditional system. Transparency and ethics will only be solved through practice and exposure. Students must continue to experience the progress of technology in order to eventually adapt to it and not simply consume it, but rather analyze it. Parents and teachers must do the same, so that they are able to supervise and guide their children. Overall, Henry Jenkins' core problem of new media learning needs more attention and solution, but it is not an obstacle that can't be overcome.